Good evening, it's Matt Rogers, and it's now the 17th of the 7th, 2017, here in the Northern Hemisphere in the UK, and we're going to talk about some earthquakes, because we've got a few earthquakes that have been reported around the world, and it's so important, again, to report everything that's happening with the world and everything, so let's crack on. And also, I've got some excellent subscribers images as well to show you, because we're getting some fantastic work coming through as well. So I'll be back shortly, and that's talk about this earthquake news. Okay, we've got one here, a magnitude 6.2 in Russia. This happened today at 12:05. Another large magnitude. And also a guy had sent an email in explaining that there was a few problems with this quake as well, that people were very worried. So I'm going to go to another image. Here we have as well a magnitude 4.0 quake that happened in the United States at 9:49 near Montana. And I've got a subscriber from Montana as well that sends images in as well. So again, everybody's got to keep safe. And also there was a news report as well about the Montana quakes as well, and these are happening all the time. So it's so important to keep an eye on this part of the USA. Another one in the United States as well, 4.1 near Las Vegas, Nevada. Now again, these quakes are starting to, the magnitudes are climbing, aren't they? So let's move on to another quake. A 5.6 earthquake in Tonga at 2:20. Now again, very big earthquake, more of the magnitude we're witnessing now all across the world, everywhere we're seeing now, and they're not 2.4s and 2.5s, now we're heading on to bigger figures. Shaken but not stirred, the earth moved for Alvin residents on Monday morning when a minor quake was felt in the Elk Cave of Sydney northern beaches. With a magnitude 3.2, the earthquake was barely strong enough to disturb the froth on the Soiche Lati, but this did not stop locals from contacting Geoscience Australia to report the feelings of movement. Geoscience Australia recorded that the earthquake struck off the coast at 10:39 AM and could be felt across a 2.8 kilometre radius. Geoscience Australia duty seismologist Andrea Thorne said those who felt the quake noted a rolling sensation and small vibrations. So again, there's much strange activity all across the world, far too many earthquakes. Again, more reported earthquakes over in Italy, and the Prime Minister over there says that no one is believed to have died in these earthquakes. But they just keep occurring. There's more and more each time. And more people need to wake up to the truth that the sun is hugely affected, causing these corona holes to blast these flares down towards us, causing a lot of earthquake activity. So I'm going to play this short video for you. Again, this video is to show you the aftershock of what happened. I mean, there was a large earthquake, and then people panic, and this is what will happen when this huge event comes into our solar system, right close to our Earth. And people do panic. They don't know what's going on. They are in fear, and again, the government will just keep this tight shut. And also on the footage, you can see those chemtrails up there in the sky and the poisons that they spray above us. So again, it's so important to be aware of our surroundings, and also a lot of earthquakes have been recorded this past 24 hours, 190. I mean, again, news media will not say anything to the public, and buildings will shatter, things will fall apart, as the sun is a huge problem now for humanity. So again, it's just picking up information and being aware of our surroundings. So now I'm going to show you now some fantastic footage from subscribers all across the world. These fresh, brand new attachments have come through from Dawn Taylor. I mean, again, you can see those haze and these strange formations of this chemical toxin. I mean, it's so dangerous. Again, we're breathing it all in. So, Dawn, thank you for these images. I mean, with these photos, the skies where Dawn lives have just been sprayed just moments ago. And again, you can see this strange chemtrail to the left of the screen. I mean, it's all happening, isn't it? I mean, these dark shadows above. Again, the temperature rises as the sun goes down. And I've not noticed this before. Thank you again, Dawn, for these images. I mean, just as they're trying to cool the atmosphere down, spraying the skies, because we've got a big problem now with the sun. We really have, and humanity have to become aware of this. This image was taken on the coastline as well. I mean, in the UK, I mean, look at the formations again, and that haze. And our loved ones, our family members, are all breathing this in. And it's just criminal to our lives, isn't it? This image is pointed the other way as well, so it's all the skies, north, east, south and west, are being hammered right now in the UK. I mean, look at this image as well, where the object, this white object, is being hammered with chemtrails, so we can't see the truth of what's happening. And look to the bottom right hand side, there is a natural cloud doing nothing to protect us, as they did back in the 80s, 90s. We had a lot of natural clouding up there, but now the clouds are just being burnt away now. They're just filling up our skies every day. Military jets just spraying right above our heads, and still humanity are just completely asleep, as they do believe those media channels. Dawn has also reported that this cloud that's in front of this object, the sun, this simulator, is not moving at all. It just stayed there for a long time. Didn't move at all. But again, to the right side, behind those chems, the truth will be there. You will see a huge dark shadow and a heavenly body. I believe you would see Nibiru, the moons, and other objects. I mean, there's trash that's being thrown about up in the system as well. So, I mean, the military have been pumping our skies all day today. These images are very recent, 17th of the 7th, 2017. Lots of people still are reporting that 12 PM in the afternoon, it just gets very dark. And then it builds up again, the light builds up again just after 3 PM. So again, a fantastic image. Thank you, Dawn, for these images. This last attachment is just outstanding. Again, all those chemtrails to hide the truth, and the natural clouds are not looking after us anymore. Because again, if there was no chemtrails, we'd be in deep trouble. We'd be burning up now, be finished. But we do not wish to be sprayed, so they need to just tell us to prepare for this event. Fantastic images, thank you. These next attachments are coming from DNC from the USA. Noticing that pink reflection and also these strange formations here, and also the chems again. So thank you for this image. More evidence of chemtrails and sprays and toxins that we are breathing in. Strange formations up there as well, and still the military are just carrying on, aren't they? This fantastic subscriber as well said that there was an object that was spraying the skies. It didn't look like a chem plane at all. I mean, I'll zoom into this. I mean, it looks very strange, doesn't it? This is it zoomed in, but I mean, look at the shape of it, and it's like a golden orb colour. I mean, very strange. So again, a fantastic image. Thank you for sending this in. You can also see on this image as well, it's just come in, from DNC. There's a red reflection up there in the heavens, here and down here to the right hand side, and the sun and this object, it just, I mean, look at the sky, it's green with an orange haze. Look at this formation that doesn't move at all. I mean, this kind subscriber said that this cloud formation just doesn't move, it stays in place as the other clouds move across the sky. I mean, this is very strange, isn't it? Again, a fabulous picture, thank you. Okay, these next attachments are come through by Dennis. Another fantastic guy that's very persistent and keeps bringing in footage, and also saying a good morning to me as well, and a good morning to all the subscribers around the world. You can clearly see that there is other light sources, and this haze, this red haze on the horizon here as well, and this is what we've got to keep an eye on, this red reflection that's coming through, because when we do see our normal sun, it's just very yellow, very white, and it goes down the horizon with none of this red reflection. So again, a great capture, thank you Dennis. Another spectacular capture of chemtrails, and another light source, and also this haze again that we're seeing, all this trash on the horizon. And I've had 4 or 5 emails that have come in as well, that there's been reports of strange noises up there in the heavens. This whining noise, this strange noise. I mean, I will check as well tonight. I'll go out and see if I can hear this again, because there is some very strange sounds that are being reported around the world. Another fantastic image just come in, just this moment in time, an email just come in now. You can clearly see this dark green sky, this strangeness on the chemtrails. I mean, all this trash and pollution that's up there in the heavens. I mean, again, this red light source that's coming through as Nibiru is darkening our skies. Again, Dennis, thank you for this image. This is another image from Dennis as well, and again, just look at how they just bring up this formation of these chemtrails to hide the system. It's a huge haze up in the skies that are just covering everything, so humanity doesn't get to see any of the truth what's occurring right now. Another fantastic image. I mean, Dennis, you are right on target. I mean, you can clearly see there is far too much pollution up there in the heavens, and also the skies have turned blood red. You can clearly see that there is something serious going on with our system now. A huge red reflection that's coming through as the solar simulator, the sun, is going down on the horizon. We would normally see a blue sky and a yellow sun, but now we're just seeing all that pollution and this dark red colour from Nibiru. Okay, we've got a piece of footage that's brought in by Dennis just moments ago of his skies. I mean, again, you will see the red haze and this light source that's coming through as the sun has that object in front of it above our Earth's atmosphere to hide the truth. So I'm going to play this video now, and please, again, anybody brings any footage in, I will show this onto a video so we can send this out to humanity to wake every and hopefully many other people up. again, thank you, Dennis. This is a spectacular video, this piece of footage, to show you that there is a real problem out there as they are hammering our sky with those chemtrails, with those military jets. And again, this red haze is coming through. It is heading our way like a night train. Nibiru, Hellion, the moons, and the brown dwarf star Nemesis. The whole system on this ecliptic orbit is heading in. You can see that red haze. It's so strong now, as time is short. So again, thank you for this footage. See, we have to think out the box with this. We've got to ask ourselves some questions of how is the sky changing its colour? Why is it this dark shadow, this blue, this dimness, that's not supposed to be like this as the sun goes down? I mean, again, all this is just complete white screen in the skies with barium, aluminium and other dangerous toxins that we have never heard of before. They don't care. They really don't care about humanity. And they're just continuously doing this every single day. Another spectacular image from Dennis. These next images are coming through Alan Thacker, and we've seen that video footage yesterday of when he was on the cliffs, and you could hear them birds becoming very upset, as again, when the sun eclipse, the wildlife become crazy. They're very worried, they're in fear, because something is going on up there that shouldn't be going on, that we're not used to this. This is why we look up at the skies, because we're not used to these different colours and different formations, and these chemtrails being heavily sprayed. I mean, the whole of the sky here on this image has been sprayed completely. Again, the natural clouds are just not doing anything at all, and the sun is being heavily sprayed. So again, Alan, thank you for this image. This is so evident as well. I mean, this is the UK, and the UK, as again, is in its summer period. I mean, look at the left side, the trees, they're just burnt away, they're just unhealthy, and again all that trash in the sky. Another strange reflection cutting through those chems. Very, very strange. This is the opposite side. This again is another great image that's come through from Alan as well, and he noticed when the sun went down there was another light source that was appearing in the sky as well. Look at the chemtrails, the trash, something else red that was showing itself on the horizon here. Fantastic catch, Alan, and again, any more images, please send them in, it's so important. There again, that red haze that's zoomed in. You can just see this, can't you? Excellent images, thank you. These next great images are coming in from Reggae Gova, and we've seen his images in the past, and these are fantastic. I mean, look at the trash in the sky and this white looking object. We've got that as a solar simulator that's in front of our sun, as we've got some huge problems that's occurring with those corona holes. 2 chem planes spraying the skies, and Reggae is here in the UK, and he studies the skies all the time, and has sent an email to say he has noticed this darkness on the land and up in the sky at 12 just gone, at lunchtime. This is the lunchtime sky, okay, 12 just gone. You've got this white object. I mean, look at this, illuminate. There's no yellow about it at all. There's no golden colours or nothing. It's just a white object reflecting as the sun will be behind it. Look at all this trash. Look how dark it is on the rooftops. These 2 chem planes. And also, Reggie said that these planes are going up and down and past them. These are not normal aeroplanes for holiday makers or business trips. These are run by the military to spray our skies. Yet again, another fantastic image. He was just blown away to notice that those chem planes were just going to and fro all the time. And other people looking up at the skies now, they really are. Here's another one of these images of a jet that's chemtrailing, and we see these every single day. So, Reggae, thank you for your persistence, and keeping your eyes to the skies. He said they were doing this about 40-50 times, crossing the skies and then making their way back, and also one was behind the other, as if it was hiding behind the chemtrail. He also said whilst filming the footage of the skies, these chemtrails, noticing that people walk about as well on the land, and no one is paying attention, just looking at their mobile phones and just minding their way, not caring or even taking any note that they are being heavily chemtrailed. It just amazes me as well how many people are asleep to this whole situation. But they will waken up right to the last minute. And this is dreadful to humanity, as the government are still keeping this quiet. Here's an image of the moon, and it did look far too big early hours of this morning, and it's slowing down. It was very close to the sun this morning, and also Reggie said the same thing. It just seemed to be very close, and it seems to be slowing down. Something is affecting our system, and we all know that Nibiru and these other celestial bodies are slowing our system down, causing a lot of problems. So thank you for these images, and more. If you could send more in, that would be absolutely great. This is crazy because I've just sorted them images out, and as doing so, Reggie has just sent more in. And I mean, these are just spectacular. Again, these two chem planes are spraying in front of the area of the sun that we can see with this white reflection. And also, there's something that's been spotted up there as well. Very, very strange. I mean, this can't be the moon. No way. Is it something part of a cloaking device, or... I mean, it does look very strange, doesn't it? So, again, Reggie had reported that the sky was too dark. It was very, very dark, but still that white, hot-looking object in the sky. Here it is again. If you look clearly, it's now come towards the centre of the screen. It's half... You can see the half shape of this as well, can't you? It's no way the moon. No way. And afterwards, though, that Reggie said that when the chemtrails moved across the sky, it just quickly gathered and hid this object. Something up there, isn't there? And we see these on the Alaska cams of a huge object. You can see how the chemtrails start forming to stop people from seeing the truth. You can just barely see this disc. Very faint, but they're spraying the skies. There's a red reflection here. All this pollution. They're not giving up to the very end because they don't want us to notice. They really don't. Okay, this is the last image. But again, after those chem planes were spraying the skies, you can see that pollution up there as well, where they've been carrying on, going left to right, all afternoon. So it's solid proof that these are not contrails. These are military-run jets, and the object is being hidden. So again, thank you for these images, and I'll do another video of subscribers' images from across the world very shortly. So I will get back to you, and again, please have a safe day. And any images you catch from any other part of the world, please send them in, and I will do another video and just keep sending in videos to show what's happening around our world. So take care from Matt Rogers. in Italy. And the Prime Minister over there says no one is believed to have died in these earthquakes. But they just keep occurring. There's more and more each time. And more people need to wake up to the truth that the sun is hugely affected, causing these corona holes to blast these flares down towards us, causing a lot of earthquake activity. So I'm going to play this short video for you. Again, this video is to show you the aftershock of what happened. I mean, there was a large earthquake and then people panic, and this is what will happen when this huge event comes into our solar system right close to our Earth. And people do panic. They don't know what's going on. They are in fear, and again the government will just keep this tight shut. And also on the footage you can see those chemtrails up there in the sky and the poisons that they spray above us. Good evening, it's Matt Rogers, and it's now the 17th of the 7th, 2017, here in the Northern Hemisphere in the UK, and we're going to talk about some earthquakes, because we've got a few earthquakes that have been reported around the world, and it's so important, as again, to report everything that's happening with the world and everything. So let's crack on. And also I've got some excellent subscribers images as well to show you, because we're getting some fantastic work coming through as well. At 220. Now, again, very big earthquake. More of the magnitude we're witnessing now all across that. All across the world, everywhere we're seeing now. And they're not 2.4s and 2.5s. Now we're heading on to bigger figures. Shaken but not stirred. The earth moved for Alvan resonance on Monday morning when a minor quake was felt in the Elk Cave of Sydney northern beaches. With a magnitude 3.2, the earthquake was barely strong enough to disturb the froth on the Soiche Lati, but this did not stop locals from contacting Geoscience Australia to report the feelings of movement. Geoscience Australia recorded that the earthquake struck off the coast at 10:39 AM and could be felt across a 2.8 kilometre radius. Geoscience Australia duty seismologist Andrea Thorne said those who felt the quake noted a rolling sensation and small vibrations. So again, there's much strange activity all across the world. Far too many earthquakes. Again, more reported. So I'll be back shortly, and that's talk about this earthquake news. Okay, we've got one here, a magnitude 6.2 in Russia. This happened today at 12:05. Another large magnitude. And also a guy had sent an email in explaining that there was a few problems with this quake as well, that people were very worried. So I'm going to go to another image. Here we have as well a magnitude 4.0 quake that happened in the United States at 9:49 near Montana. And I've got a subscriber from Montana as well that sends images in as well. So again, everybody's got to keep safe. And also there was a news report as well about the Montana quakes as well, and these are happening all the time. So it's so important to keep an eye on this part of the USA. Another one in the United States as well, 4.1 near Las Vegas, Nevada. Now again, these quakes are starting to, the magnitudes are climbing, aren't they? So let's move on to another quake. A 5.6 earthquake in Tonga.